After what feels like forever, Q has finally released their 5.56 can, the Southpaw, and while I would agree with many of you that the wait has been extremely long, it is here now, and I have to say that it may have been worth the wait. One thing you can say about Q is that they don't rush anything, but that's actually a good thing. Everything is tested extensively and exhaustively so that everything is just the way they want it, and as a huge bonus, they are not using us, the customer, for field testing so that they can make needed revisions in the Gen 2 version a month after the product launched. I'd also want to add that they'll know when it's ready. Some of you may know this, but if you don't, I think it's important for people to understand the history behind Q, because they're not just some guys that make cool products with outrageous names. I'll keep this brief, but Kevin Brittingham, the founder of Q, actually founded a company called Advanced Armament Corporation, or AAC, in 1994 at the ripe old age of 19 to make silencers. I don't know what you were doing at 19, but let's just say I wasn't quite this focused. Saying AAC was a prolific silencer company would be putting it mildly, and they are still around today turning out very good silencers. While there, Kevin and his team designed the M4 2000, which is one of the most renowned 5.56 silencers of all time. It was used by the Navy SEALs and received many other military and law enforcement contracts. Kevin sold AAC and his team went to SIG and launched their suppressor program, actually making a very significant 5.56 can while there as well. Then they started a little company called Q, and here we are at the Southpaw. I say all that to demonstrate the fact that this team has over 30 years of silencer design experience, designing many of the top cans ever made, and now they've given us the Southpaw, which I will say is one of the most well-balanced 5.56 silencers on the market today. And if you're interested in getting your own Q Southpaw or any other awesome silencers, check out Silencer Shop. If you're not using Silencer Shop, you are working too hard. They make getting suppressors easier than anyone else in the industry. They make fingerprinting simple with their kiosk. You probably have a dealer with a Silencer Shop kiosk in your area. Silencer Shop is the one and done silencer buying solution. It's headache-free and the best way to get your silencer. So be sure to check out Silencer Shop for your next addition to your suppressor collection. So what exactly does that mean, a well-balanced silencer? And I think this is really important for especially new silencer buyers to pay attention to. When you buy a silencer, many factors go into your decision, not just, oh, this one is really small, or oh, this one is really quiet. What I feel most people want is a silencer that has a nice compact size, has phenomenal sound performance, has good weight to it, and doesn't feel like a brick on the end of your gun. It's durable enough to withstand your shooting schedule, has good flash suppression, and has a good mounting system. And I feel that is exactly what you get with the Q Southpaw, a well-balanced silencer. Let's start off with sound performance. I would say it's exceptional. I'm going to let you go ahead and hear it for yourself right now. I hope it came through, but the sound performance is extremely impressive. It's really quiet on a 16-inch rifle, but what really impressed me was just how well it did on the Ghetto Blaster, which has only an 8-inch barrel. I actually think this can works better the harder you push it, because its sound performance on shorter barrels is really impressive. So the can sounds really good. There may be quieter cans, but they'll probably be longer, and size always matters, and this is one case you can point out to your wife that bigger isn't always better. Let's face it, having an 8-inch silencer on your 8-inch 5.56 barrel doesn't make a ton of sense. Q is always concerned with making things as lightweight as possible without compromising quality and performance. And if you're familiar with their products, that design initiative is very evident, as it is with the Southpaw. The Southpaw is 6 inches long, weighs in at 13.2 ounces, and has a diameter of 1.75 inches, which I feel is a great size given the sound performance this can delivers and the durable build materials used. I feel like this is a very good size. It's not so large it becomes cumbersome, and making it any smaller would probably just make it louder. The Southpaw comes in at a great weight of only 13.2 ounces, which is really good, especially given the build materials used in construction. A departure from their .30 caliber rifle cans that were made out of titanium, this can is made with a combination of steel and Inconel. Inconel is extremely strong and used in the blast baffle and the end cap, the two places that seem to get the most erosion from the blast. Then steel is used in the rest of the can. While steel is heavier than, say, titanium, it is also far more durable than titanium. Steel is also far lighter than Inconel, and cans that are completely made out of Inconel tend to be rather heavy. So what this combination gives you, using Inconel where it's needed and steel for the rest of the body, you get the most durable and lightest combination you can have with the best combination of materials. Flash suppression is another consideration. It's more important if you actually own night vision, and sometimes I wonder if all the people obsessing on the internet over flash suppression actually have night vision, but either way, the flash suppression is outstanding on the Southpaw. One of the days we were filming, it was extremely cloudy. So cloudy it almost looked like dusk all day. I could say that the Southpaw has great flash suppression because some of the other cans we used that day put on quite the light show, but not the Southpaw. Don't even think we saw a single spark out of it. Also, the built-in flash hider can be used with a socket for removal if necessary, kind of a cool added feature. Another consideration when thinking about what silencer to buy is mounting systems. The Southpaw uses the Q Quickie mounting system seen on the Cherry Bomb and other Q mounts. This is a very good mounting system, and I'd say probably the most prolific on the market today, with them and a couple other companies making it. If you're going to be dedicated to a mounting system, this is probably the best one. I also want to talk about back pressure for a second. Q has definitely made some efforts to make the Southpaw with lower back pressure. I don't know if that's ported baffles or exactly what they did, but in use, this does have lower back pressure than a straight up typical baffle can. I was hoping thermal might give us some insight, but sadly you can't really see anything too abnormal. Either way, with the Southpaw, you are getting a can that has lower back pressure than a typical can, but not as low as, say, a true flow-through can. It is nice that this was a consideration in the development, and a nice addition to a very complete package. The Q Southpaw is the culmination of 30 years of silencer development, from a team that has developed some of the top 5.56 silencers of all time. What that team has delivered is an extremely well-balanced silencer. It has great sound performance, a great size and weight, durable construction, uses probably the most popular mounting system today, and delivers lower back pressure than most other 5.56 silencers. We were extremely impressed with it on all the hosts we tried it on, and this would be a great 5.56 silencer for the first time buyer or the guy that has a safe full of silencers. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and another huge thank you goes out to Silencer Shop. They can easily guide you through the NFA process. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because as always, we have some really big reviews in the works that you won't want to miss. If you want to know what those reviews are way before they hit the YouTube channel, check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, where you can see what's being reviewed in real time. If you want to help support Alabama Arsenal, the absolute best way to do that is through Patreon. These videos can be surprisingly expensive to make, and every little bit helps and is greatly appreciated. There's also Alabama Arsenal gear available right below the video if you want to go out and represent. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.